Translation by Prabhupada. Dear son, we have been defeated by our enemies and therefore we are very much aggrieved. Please mercifully fulfill our desires by relieving our distress through the strength of your austerities. Please fulfill our prayers. Vrinimahe tva upadhyayam ramishtham brahmanam gurum yaha anjasa vijesya maha sapantamastava tejasaha. Translation by Prabhupada. Since you are completely aware of the Supreme Brahman, you are a perfect Brahman, and therefore you are the spiritual master of all orders of life. We accept you as our spiritual master and director so that by the power of your austerity, we may easily defeat the enemies who have conquered us. Puppet by Shabad Ki Jai. One must approach a particular type of guru to execute a particular type of duty. Therefore, although Vishwarup was inferior to the demigods accepted him as their guru to conquer the demons. Verse number 33. Na gharyanti hi artheshu yavistha agnir abhivadanam chandobhyo anyatra na brahman vayo jayishtasya karanam. Madhumay Krishna Kant Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नागर्हयन्ति हि अर्थेषु यविष्टाङ्घ्रि अभिवादनम् छन्दोभ्यो अन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
कृष्ण चित्रमोहिनी माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी।
ओम
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नाघर्यन्ति हर्तेषु यविष्ट्याङ्ग्र अभिवादनम् छन्दोभ्य अन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। हरे कृष्ण। थैंक यू माताजी।
कृष्ण। सूर्य प्रकाश राव प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणामालु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय न गर्हयन्ति हि अद्येषु युनिष्टाङ्घ्रि अभिवादनं छन्दोभ्यो अन्यत न ब्रह्मिन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। हरे कृष्ण माता।
थैंक यू। हरे कृष्ण। प्राण नंदिनी माधवी माताजी।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माता। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय न गर्हयन्ति हि अर्थेषु यभिर्थ अंघ्रि अभिवादनम् चंद्रभ्य अन्यत्र न ब्राह्मण वयोज्येष्ठ यस्य कारणम्। हरे कृष्ण माताजी। थैंक यू माता।
थैंक यू कृष्ण। विजय कुमारी माताजी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नगर्हयन्देषु यविष्टाङ्गर्यभिवादनं सन्दोप्यन्द्र न ब्रह्म वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। थैंक यू माताजी।
थैंक यू। मधु सोनी माताजी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नागर्ह्यन्ति हि अर्थेषु यविष्टाङ्ग्र अभिवादनं छन्दोभ्यो अन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू। सुरम्या माधवी माताजी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम। न गर्हयन्ति हर्तेषु यविष्ठाङ्ग्र अभिवादनं छन्दोभ्योऽन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
थैंक यू। उत्तमा पद्मा माताजी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नागर्हयन्ति हि अर्थेषु यविष्टाङ्घ्रि अभिवादनं छन्दोभ्य अन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयोज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
थैंक यू। लीना माताजी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम। न गर्हयन्ति अर्थेषु यविष्टाङ्ग्राभिवादनं छन्दोभ्य अन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वयो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम्। थैंक यू माताजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you. Venkat Narsimha Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Nagarhanti hardeshu Vishnangri Abhivadanam Chandobhyo Anyatra Na Brahman Vayo Jaishtaisya Karanam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Shakti Avasthi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Nagar Nagarhayanti Yarteshu Yavishtangrabhivadanam Chandobhyonyatra na Brahman Vayojeshtyasya Karanam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Usha Deyavati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम माता जी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नागर्यन्ति अर्तेषु याविष्टाङ्ग्रि अभिवादनं छन्दोभ्य अन्यत्र न ब्रह्मन् वायो ज्येष्ठस्य कारणम् थैंक यू माता जी हरे कृष्ण
Krishna. Na not garhayanti forbid. He indeed artheshu when acquiring interest. Yavishtha angri at the lotus feet of a junior. Abhivadanam offering obeisances. Chandobhya the Vedic mantras. Anyatra apart from. Na not Brahman o Brahman. Vaya age. Jayishtasya of seniority. Karanam the cause. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The demigods continued, do not fear criticism for being younger than us. Such etiquette does not apply in regard to Vedic mantras. Except in relationship to Vedic mantras, seniority is determined by age. But one may offer respectful obeisances even to a younger person who is advanced in chanting Vedic mantras. Therefore, although you are junior in relationship to us, you may become our priest without hesitation. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. It is said, Vidhatvam Vayasa Veena. One may be senior without being advanced in age. Even if one is not old, one gains seniority if he is senior in knowledge. Vishwarup was junior in relationship to the demigods because he was their nephew. But the demigods wanted to accept him as their priest, and therefore he would have to accept obeisances from them. The demigods explained that this should not be a cause for hesitation. He could become their priest because he was advanced in Vedic knowledge. Similarly, Chanakya Pandit advises, Nichad api uttamam jnanam. One may accept education from a member of a lower social order. The Brahmins, the members of most elevated Varna, are teachers, but a person in a lower family, such as family of Kshatriya, Vaishyas, or even Shudras, may be accepted as a teacher if he has knowledge. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved of this when he expressed this opinion before Ramananda Rai. Chaitanya Chaitamrita Madhya 8 chapter verse 128. Kiba vipra kiba nyasi shudra kene naya yai Krishna tattva veta sai guru haya. It does not matter whether one is a Brahman, Shudra, Grahast or Sannyasi. These are all material designations. A spiritually advanced person has nothing to do with such designations. Therefore, if one is advanced in the science of Krishna consciousness, regardless of his position in the human society, he may become a spiritual master. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyan Anjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manavishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadavahyam Rati Sapadalpito Hare Krishna Karna Sindhu Deen Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasite Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishbhanuste Devi Pranamami Hari Priya जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे Okay, verse 31. Dear son, you have been defeated. We have been defeated by our enemies, and therefore we are very much aggrieved. Please mercifully fulfill our desires by relieving our distress through the strength of your austerities. Please fulfill our prayers. Since you are completely aware of the Supreme Brahman, you are a perfect Brahman. and therefore you are the spiritual master of all orders of life. We accept you as our spiritual master and director, so that by the power of your austerity we may easily defeat the enemies who have conquered us. The demigods continue. Do not fear criticism for being younger than us. Such etiquette does not apply in regard to Vedic mantras. Except in relationship to Vedic mantras, seniority is determined by age. But one may offer respectful obeisances even to a younger person who is advanced in chanting Vedic mantras. Therefore, although you are junior in relationship to us, you may become our priest without hesitation. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, which is called as the prescribed duties of the mankind, chapter 7, which is called as Indra.
Indra offends
Indra offends
spiritual master
Brihaspati.
Brihaspati.
Yes, Indra offends the spiritual master Brihaspati. Thank you. So, on the context of disrespecting his spiritual master, the demigods were not directed properly, and the demons took advantage and attacked the demigods and very easily were winning over them. And it is stated that why demons were winning over them, because of their service to their spiritual master Shukracharya. So the verdict that is coming along as the pastime is unfolding is at Yasya Prasadat Bhagavad Prasado. Yasya Prasadat Na Gati Kutopi. So by the mercy of a spiritual master, one can conquer anything. One can even get God, Bhagavad Prasado. We can get mercy of the spiritual Supreme Lord by getting mercy of the spiritual master. But without the mercy of the spiritual master, one will not be able to get anything. So Indra realized his mistake. He went to Brahma. Brahma first scolded him, then directed him to approach Vishwarupa to request him to become their spiritual master at this time of the need, so that they may not be defeated by their enemies, which are the demons. And here we are, when the demigods have approached Vishwarup, who appears to be younger than them. I do not know how he is their nephew, but this is what is stated. The relationship is mentioned here. And they're requesting him by using pleasing words to become their spiritual master for a purpose of defeating their enemies, which are the demons. And they are asking Vishwarup not to have any sort of hesitation of acquiring the role of the spiritual master in regards to him being younger than the demigods, because if somebody is more advanced spiritually, then the chronological age does not matter. Right? Prahlad Maharaj was how many years old when he was preaching to his friends?
5 years.
5 years.
Years
Five
old.
years.
5 years.
Like, which 5-year-old we see is preaching the science of Krishna consciousness? Nobody. Right?
Mm.
So he is our spiritual master. Even at a young age, he needs to be accepted as a spiritual master because he was preaching. Now, Sukdev Goswami came out of the womb of his mother at the age of, how old was he when he?
16 years.
Yes,
16 Mataji.
16 years old.
16 years old.
And he was already purified. He did not have to go through the process of initiation again. And he was a spiritual master already. And because of the ability to preach Krishna consciousness. So the ability to preach Krishna consciousness, this is a very good example of stating, does not depend on anything, because bhakti is ahetuki apratihata. It is not dependent on anything, and it cannot be stopped by anything. So it is not dependent on any factor of age. So the age also takes a back seat when Krishna consciousness becomes the upfront agenda of one's life. Okay, that is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. There is no other process in which we can see this. There is nothing beyond the domains of material existence. Nowhere do we see that something has defeated the concept of time, because we are actually bound by the time factor, and we are helplessly being crushed under the, what does Narad Muni say? Under the sharp wheels of the time. When he compares the time factor with the sharp wheels, right? Each one of us, all living entities are succumbed to the time factor. We cannot control. But if somebody becomes Krishna conscious, then Krishna can change those things. Okay, we cannot. Krishna can change those things. Once there was this discussion that I think I have said this, that what is the best alarm clock in the world? I think we have discussed this in this. I want to say this, that there are so many kinds of clocks available, right? Smart watches, ultra smart watches, waterproof watches, water resistant watches. The watch that can track one's heart rate, one's oxygen saturation, one's sleep cycle, one's EKG, ECG, so many things, right? Watch that can suspect one's fall and alert the authorities for help, to send help this person's way. So many watches, so many ways to look at the time, but what is the best alarm clock in the world? Which is the alarm clock which is best? Is it is Titan still there in India?
It is
Titan company?
purpose.
Yeah,
What is
you know the answer.
Yes,
We
Titan
discussed
is
it.
yeah.
still there, Mataji.
So is Titan the best alarm clock for? So I
So
think the
many
answer
clocks
is.
have come into the market, Mataji.
So the best alarm clock to get up to every morning is the purpose. Okay, if we have a purpose, that's the best alarm clock. So having Krishna consciousness, having the shelter of a spiritual master, even though here we are seeing that Vishwarup is younger than the demigods, actually gives one's life a purpose, a real purpose. Every other purpose has to be dependent on this real purpose. Okay, we have so many purposes in our life, but every other purpose that we have needs to be dependent on this ultimate purpose. And that way, what happens if that all the purpose, all the goals of our lives are dependent on this real goal? It's like all the rivers are emptying into the sea. The goal is to reach the sea. Like that, all the goals and all the purposes that one is setting needs to empty into this particular ocean, that I have to become Krishna conscious. So what happens in the process, that whatever losses or gains one may have, one does not get impacted. A normal person gets impacted. Prabhupada gives example of a lawyer during British rule. Mr. Das, I think he names this person called Mr. Das, who was a very prominent lawyer in the British court. And when Mahatma Gandhi started his non-violent, non-cooperation movement, he asked everyone to give up their positions, their status, their belongings, whichever was British. So do not cooperate. So he asked Mr. Das to, leave his position in the court of the British. And Mr. Das was very, Prabhupada mentions, was very charitably disposed. So he said, I can give you charity, I can give you support, but don't ask me to leave the position, because he was very rich on verdict of his position in the court of the British government, and he was very used to comfortable life. But Mahatma Gandhi was like very persistent that, no, I don't need your money, I don't need your position, I need you. So you need to give up. So he gave up, non-cooperation. He gave up his position in the British court, but and he was getting some stipend from Congress, Prabhupada said, and he became so depressed that he actually died within 1 year. You see, the example Prabhupada was giving this example in the context that we have so many attachments and purposes, and we actually get very impacted. But the real test is like, is my purpose and goal aligned with Krishna? If it is, then Krishna makes sure, and if we stay true to our purpose and alignment and Krishna consciousness, that we don't get so impacted. We don't succumb to the life's ups and downs like a normal karmi would, Otherwise, what is the difference between a devotee and a non-devotee? So here, the important message given is that even if somebody is younger chronologically, but they are spiritually more advanced, the spiritual advancement takes priority. That defines one's position as to where does one belong in terms of who will pay obeisances to who. So Vishwarupa is more advanced in Vedic mantras than the demigods. So Vishwarupa, maybe even though younger in age, can still be accepted as a spiritual master by the demigods. And this was a right action. And of course, they were directed by Brahma to come there. And one more thing Prabhupada was mentioning in the purport was that don't look at the external when reaching for someone to get knowledge. Actually, we do that. Sorry, Krishna. We do that. For example, when we go to a doctor or when we go to a university, how many of us are asking about what is the caste of the doctor or the university, what race, what caste, creed? Are we taking anything like that?
No, Mataji.
No, because we like to focus on the knowledge. If somebody has knowledge, take it, and that is the right way of living.
Mataji, we believe the doctor. He do good things to us. For that, we are not asked anything. We come to believe the doctor, what he says, we are accept it.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Mataji. So say we don't look at the caste or the situation or anything. We actually look at the knowledge. It doesn't matter where one is coming from. Dronacharya was a very nice example of a good teacher, right? He did not hesitate to give knowledge even to the son of Drishtadumna. Was it Drishtadumna? Dronacharya gave knowledge to Drishtadumna even though he knew that Drishtadumna is going to be the one who will kill him in future. So that's like example of magnanimity, but this is an example of humility, that I accept that I am in need of knowledge and you have the knowledge and I approach you humbly, and I accept that you can actually, you are qualified to give me this position of knowledge. So this is an example of humility from the position of demigods from many, many angles. They did not consider that Vishwarup was actually the priest of the demons. They did not consider that Vishwarup was actually younger. What they considered was that he was in knowledge and he was capable of giving them help that they needed at that time. Mahaprabhu has also confirmed it, that it doesn't matter, because he was asking Ramananda Rai questions and Ramananda Rai was replying, but Mahaprabhu could feel that Ramananda Rai was hesitating. So because Ramananda Rai was a married man, he was the governor of Mysore, I think governor of Mysore, and he was not Brahmin, not Kshatriya, not Vaishya, Shudra. Okay, and that here is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself. So, and here he is a sannyasi meeting with Ramananda Rai in a secluded place and asking him questions about Krishna Bhakti. And Ramananda Rai was hesitating to answer. So Mahaprabhu, just to encourage him, that he said that does not matter whether one is Brahman, Shudra, Grast or sannyasi. These are all material designation. A spiritually advanced person has nothing to. Yai Krishna Tattva Veta Sai Guru Hoy. One is advanced in the science of Krishna consciousness. Regardless of his position in human society, he may become a spiritual master. There is a chapter in 11th canto where Narad Muni describes 24 kinds of guru. Right, he talks about different kinds of gurus in the nature. He talks about a bumblebee as being a guru. He talks about cobra being a guru. He talks about this prostitute Pingala being a guru. Like that, he talks about how the seasons are guru. Like that, he talks about 24 different kinds of gurus. And he does not mention anywhere, not that I recall reading, that material designation is important. So we have to, break that paradigm, set ourselves free to actually embrace Krishna consciousness in a more holistic manner, a more wholesome manner, so we can actually walk to Damodar, we actually walk to Krishna with the no grudges and no attachments which are detrimental to our journey. Okay, of course we are attached to devotees, we are attached to the spiritual master, we are attached to the service. But that attachment again is in alignment with Krishna consciousness, not with alignment of sanskarification. I think I'll stop here because I want to speak on Damodar Leela. Any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections? Sorry, complaints? Mataji, go ahead. Pranandi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, you just asked now that what mostly the relation between the devas, the demigods and the Vishwarupa. I think I saw that actually Aditi was the mother of Vishwarupa's father, Mataji, and also the mother of the demigods.
Aditi was the mother of demigods.
And also of Vishwarupa's father, Drashtu.
So they are uncles.
Yeah,
and he's their nephew in that regard. Okay, thank you.
Come in the next
Thank you very
verse.
much.
It has come
Okay.
in the next verse, Mata, the relationship. They are
Oh, it
mentioned.
comes in, okay.
Yeah, but maternal side relation.
Okay. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, we start with our Damodar Leela, this holy month of Lord Damodar, missing Vrindavan, Radha Damodar in Vrindavan Dham. I hope we become fortunate enough to go there one time in the holy month of Radha Damodar, of